Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about my favorite author, one of my favorite authors, um, and he goes by the name Robert Greene. So if you don't know Robert Greene, maybe you know some of his books. So if you've gone to any bookstore recently, you've probably seen one of his titles. So if you've ever heard of 48 Laws of Power, Mastery, 33 Strategies of War, Laws of Human Nature, Daily, The Daily Laws, or The Art of Seduction. Any of those titles, then you've heard of him, or you've seen at least one of his creations. So far, myself, I've read Mastery, I've read 33 Strategies of War, and I'm now reading, I've read Mastery, 33 Strategies of War, and I'm now reading Laws of Human Nature. So the thing about Robert Greene is he's the kind of writer I would call a sharp writer. What do I mean by sharp? Sharp, I just mean somebody whose work you can immediately apply into the real world and it has very great effects. Yeah. So he's the kind of writer that you can say, be careful what to do with the information he gives you, because his information is very powerful. It can do a lot of, I mean, a lot of, like, it can have a lot of impact, whether good or bad. But the reason why I like him is I can see, like, after reading his books, you can changes the way you think. It tunes your thinking a little bit. It makes you see things from a very, very acute angle. I don't know how to explain that better. And I think because I've listened to him talking about the people who have inspired him, to become a writer, the people he read when he was a teenager, when he was young, and I think he draws from these people. His method draws from these people. So I'm sure he's read Friedrich Nietzsche. He's read probably um, this other guy. Um, I'm forgetting the name. Fyodor Dostoevsky. So if you know anything about those writers, those are also very astute, not really astute, but very sharp writers. People who, the information they contain in their books were very, very, I mean, powerful. Like, you can do a lot with them, whether good or bad, but they are very powerful. But the thing I like about, reading such authors is, there's no bullshitting. There's no, dilly-dallying with words, or, most books, if you've read, books, there's this tendency for, like, one theme from the first page, then, the rest of the book is trying to explain the first, theme that has been explained in the first page. So the whole book feels like a repetition, feels a lot like a lot of English. It's a boring class. But for books like, written by people like Robert Greene, because I've read them, there's a theme. First of all, there's different chapters. It's like watching a movie series, right? And each new season has a different story. So you can't predict what is going to happen. It's not a continuation. It's different, and each of those different aspects of the different aspects of um, that book have different, like, things they're touching on. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I like him, and I'm looking forward to reading more books from very good authors. Maybe you can recommend some, but currently Robert Greene is my best author. He's the kind of author that after reading his books, I see, like, a lot of the way my thinking and my life has changed, because I mean, and it's not like I've bought the big books, because Robert Greene's books are like the large volumes and the small volumes. The large volumes I've not gotten to read. I've just read the small volumes, but even the small volumes are very powerful. So I'm imagining the kind of, like, information I'll get with the large volumes. I'm sure the large volumes are like the full expounding of the information. The small volumes are just there, concise. They're usually concise, whatever the title, the concise, if it's laws of nature, the concise laws of nature, concise book of mastery, whatever. But even the small books, the small volumes are very, very good, and they usually feel like investments. The kind of thing you buy for, for less than the value you get from them. So that's why I like them. That's why I like, his authorship, and I'm very happy to read his books, and buy his books off bookshelves anytime I go to, a bookstore and I have money. Yeah, that's about Robert Greene. That's as good as I've enjoyed, an author up to now. Oh, and I'm remembering, I'm just forgetting. There's an author that I also find very powerful, though I've not gotten the chance to read all of his books, but I've read a couple. No, I've just read one. Just read, just read. No, 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 two books. That will be, I mean, Walter Isaacson. Now, Walter Isaacson's approach is very different. Walter Isaacson is a biographer by nature, and he expounds these people's lives in a very rich way. You can detail. Yeah. Um, I think the reason why, if I'd started with his books, Walter Isaacson, I'm sure he would be my best author. And he doesn't have like small volumes. He just has big volumes. He's all his books big volumes. There's no, small volumes for, people who want to buy like the cheap versions. But I'm sure, like, I've read two of his books and so far they're, wonderful. But currently Robert Greene is, my best author. And I'm looking forward to explore other more authors whose writings are very powerful. I like powerful writers, people who, I mean you're reading their books and you're transformed. I think that's the whole essence of reading books, being transformed by the information that is contained within a book, not just reading for looking like a smart guy, or reading to show people that you've completed this number of books. That's I couldn't care less. That's not the essence. The essence of reading books is reading and being transformed, by being transformed from, by the information from a book. So yeah, that's about that's about it. So see you guys again. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.